at a time
Sorry.
when so many people are looking for vital health, really taking their health to a whole nother level. And Bhumi is going to be one of your presenters. Bhumi is a successful pharmacist with 33 years of expertise. She's a trusted consultant, including a consumer peer reviewer for the Peer Review Medical Research Program. Bhumi is dedicated to lifestyle transition mentoring and supporting people who are healthcare professionals, they're global entrepreneurs, they're everyday people like you and me who just want that vital health and wellness. And formerly, she was president of a nonprofit organization completely focused on liver health. Liver health, very important. But her journey took a big turn, complete transformation, after she had a severe accident and conventional medicine couldn't fully address her injuries. This led her to do deep dive into research, including a natural way to improve her health that not only changed her life, but fueled her passion for helping others reclaim their health. Now, Bhumi is here with us today, collaborating with medical professionals, collaborating with Rocky, who's an extraordinary professional, and with other healthcare people, coaches, and all wanting long term vital health and transformation in their lives. So, welcome, Bhumi.
Thank you so much, Ta. I really appreciate that introduction. And, really, our health is a journey. And our mission here is to empower you to control your health and restore balance to your body. Now, this journey integrates all aspects of wellness, including nutrition, fitness, mental health, and regenerative tools and therapies that we're going to share today. Like many, and what Ta was saying, I once believed that in simply changing my diet and adding light exercise will be enough to improve my health. But I soon realized that achieving true wellness requires more, and it takes a comprehensive, intentional approach and often the guidance of experienced professionals to make these lasting, impactful changes. Now, as we kick off this new year, many of us are setting fresh health goals. And there's no better time than now to learn how to naturally increase your energy, reduce stress, improve sleep, and enhance your physical performance through effective exercise and regenerative support. So, to guide you on this path, I'm excited, to introduce Rocky Corneos, a remarkable expert in human performance. Rocky is a human performance coach with a master's in human performance, an AS in intelligence operations, and multiple certifications in personal training and tactical conditioning. As an Army combat veteran, Rocky brings a wealth of knowledge and experience. He's deeply dedicated to helping individuals, teams, and organizations reach their goals by improving cognitive, emotional, and physical performance. Rocky's holistic and personalized approach focuses on emotional intelligence, resilience, strength management, and skill development. And his military leadership background allows him to craft tailored strategies, track progress, and empower his clients to reach their full potential. And I'm an example, one of that. And today, Rocky will share practical tips for us on how to elevate our health and performance, especially in fitness and exercise. And afterward, I will introduce powerful natural regenerative tools that can take those results even further and help you help you boost your overall well-being. So before we begin, please remember that everything we share today is informational purposes only, and we do not intend to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. We advise you to, discuss with your healthcare professionals and your medical doctor and also to follow their advice. Um, and one of the things that I would say also is being a healthcare professional, you know, there are some things that, the healthcare practitioners might not be aware of, but sometimes it takes our own judgment, to empower ourselves to actually take forge ahead and, take that risk and help ourselves. So we're excited here and can't wait to support you on your wellness journey. So at this end of this session, we're going to talk about how we will introduce a free 90-day challenge, a complimentary sessions, for you to help you take the next step toward the better health. And if you have any questions at the end, we'll be glad to address those questions for you. And please, you can type your questions, in the chat box. So let's get started. And Rocky, if you don't mind, I will let you, start this.
Yeah. First off, thank you everyone for joining us today. If you're in Maryland, as I know it's a bit cold, so hopefully everyone's feeling okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna start sharing my screen and Ta, Bumi, thank you for, as always, an amazing introduction. I really appreciate it. All right, we're gonna kick start the session. Let me just share my screen right here. Hi, everyone. As Billy mentioned, I have a master's in human performance and my specialty in strength conditioning and other certifications along the way with my military background and experience. So today we're going to talk about breaking barriers and really the path in sustainable and health and wellness. I work with a lot of individuals who have challenges along the way with their fitness. One of the biggest reasons for that is a lot of confusion that they find in social media. So I'm trying to simplify that and hopefully answer those questions that you might have along the way. So please, if you have any questions, put it on the chat, and if we have time, I would love to answer those questions.
Rocky, so I'll just stop you for a second. We're
Mhm.
not seeing display view.
Okay. Let's pause right now. Okay. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I think
Let me
it's
just okay, let me try that again.
Technology is always fun. It's not always
Let me
coachable.
see. Oh, so,
I'm so excited that everybody's going to get to hear all of this
okay.
amazing
Um,
information.
can you guys see my screen now?
It's grayed out. It looks like
Okay.
it's there in the background, but it's
yeah.
grayed out.
Okay, here we go. How about now?
Um,
Not
it's not
yet.
full
You
screen yet.
did you click the present?
Yeah, right now it's on full. I'm on full screen right now on my end here.
It's not showing
Your
full.
screen sharing is paused. So I don't know if
What if
I'm
stop
trying to
screen?
resume that one.
Okay, what stop sharing and then
Okay.
maybe make it a full screen and then I'll share.
Okay.
That helps.
Okay. Yeah, I exited the screen share. Are you able to share on your end?
Okay, okay, so you can share now.
Okay. Let me see. Let me try that. All right, here we go. Okay.
So
What about now?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not there. It looks like there's a button up on the
Yeah.
where it says presenter full screen. It says that you're in full screen, but it's
Yeah.
not showing.
Yes.
Let me see. I have a message that said it's paused. I don't know why it's paused. I don't know if I'm trying to click resume, but it's not.
Okay. Okay. Try. Okay. Stop sharing
Uh-huh. Okay, there you go.
while you are on
Mhm.
there. Go ahead and make it
Okay.
full screen before you share.
Okay, here we go. Try that again.
Oh, good. We're giving time for a few more people to get in.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yes, sir.
Technologies.
Let's see. Okay, let me try it again. I'm gonna go full screen. I'm gonna share this one and then
There.
No,
Now,
don't share yet. Go to full
okay.
screen first on Canva,
Yeah.
and then now share.
there we go.
Okay.
Perfect. And we had a few more people join us. Now you just need to
Okay.
get rid of that little thing that says present.
Yeah, I have it right here.
So there, it's covering up half of your screen. Or there you go.
Okay.
Excellent. Perfect.
Does that work?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll do it this one. Okay, that works. If that works for you guys, I'll stay in this one.
Perfect.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about a lot of the barriers that I've seen with just, with my clients overall and a lot of people that I work with in the past half a decade. So the biggest thing that I want you guys to hopefully look into is the manifestation and visualization of your success once you decide to go to this process. And a lot of people that I work with, sometimes it's hard for them to see the success because there's a lot of confusion. And to be honest, a lot of them have tried so many things that it didn't really work. So hopefully, as the simple slides I'll share with you guys will have a light and a better idea on how to get to that process. So the first one, like I mentioned, the biggest one, and this is the foundation of your success, is your mindset. And a lot of times when we drive into the new year's, the new goals, and things like that, we tend to forget that it requires work. It really does take a lot of steps along the way. And sometimes a lot of us jump into the big steps right away and changing all of the things they want to change immediately in the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And it's wonderful because once you start, like, oh, it's feeling good, it's feeling great. And then 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, and this is too hard. I cannot sustain this. So one of the things I always speak or share with my clients, like, hey, let's take one step at a time. So if I ask you right now, what is that one thing that you're willing to do right next week? One thing that you're willing to do for yourself to improve not just your mindset, but your overall lifestyle and stick to that consistently for the next 3 to 4 weeks. That'll be more sustainable and you slowly start to build your habits from there. And this is why the mindset matters. So we're not diving and clogging ourselves with so many things that we want to change. Let's look at our attitude towards the things we want to change and then the behavior that could be affecting those actions that we want to take, and that will lead us to success. So the biggest one I always share is practicing gratitude. I highly encourage everyone to try this every day, right? Identify three things that you're grateful for to create a positive outlook, regardless of the situation right now. I'm going to talk about Ta. Ta is in a very, very scary situation right now. But I think it's very important to remind ourselves, like, you know what? This is a scary situation for me, but I'm grateful that I'm here, I'm alive, and I'm taking this opportunity to share my knowledge and experience with a lot of people who are willing to take the step in changing their lives. So that could be one thing. It doesn't have to be grand or something very huge. Just find a way to be grateful for every day. Write it out, like even write it out and speak it out loud. So that'll be one thing I would encourage for you guys. Second one, the nutrition one is always the biggest challenge for everyone, even for me who's been doing this for over a decade now. Nutrition is always a challenge. One of the things that would kind of connect to the mindset is fueling your goals, right? You want to consume meals, foods, veggies and fruits, like thinking
Mhm.
about it from fueling your goals, not necessarily always looking about I'm eating because I want to lose weight all the time. That is wonderful, and that's what we want at the end of the day. However, if we slowly shift our thought process when it comes to nutrition and thinking about, okay, I'm gonna go for a 30-minute walk today. What can I eat or consume before I take my walk so I can feel better? I have more energy. It could be a handful of fruits they like. It could be a simple PB&J, right? Consume, and then fuel that 30-minute walks, and then you'll feel better. And as you continue to do that, you're slowly picking up small things here and there, like, okay, if I'm gonna go to the gym, what can I consume to help me perform better in the gym? If you're gonna play, let's say, pickleball or whatever sport that you like, start thinking about what can I consume to make me feel better and enjoy what I'm
Mhm.
trying to do rather than forcing myself to eat something or do something that I don't really like. So as you can see, it always goes back to the mindset and how we approach things, starting with the nutrition. The biggest one we always talk about here is keeping it simple with your whole foods. Look into your fruits and vegetables, your lean proteins, whole grains, and approach it from a perspective of, am I consuming food that will help me better my life or better my nutrition? Just ask yourself those questions when you look at your plate, and hopefully you start adjusting where you want to be so you can get to where you need to be. Hydration is very important process of not just for health and wellness, but your performance as well. It doesn't have to be in the gym. You could be hiking, you could be hanging out with your friends, playing pickleball or tennis or whatever activity you might be. Make sure you stay hydrated. As I mentioned, always start with small change. I cannot stress this enough. Always start small because doing something small and easy, and then build up into that one. If you have any questions for nutrition, again, please don't forget to put in chat. Hopefully, we'll have some time to answer those questions. So don't be shy. All right. Here's a big one: strength training, right? Build a stronger version of you. I'm a big proponent of strength training. I think Boomy knows this a lot. Starting from 35 pounds to we finished the year 2024, a 35-pound kettlebell deadlift to 290 pounds. So we're just 10 pounds shy of 300 pounds. Um, Strength training, one of the biggest thing, it will not make you bulky. Okay? It will not make you bulky. I can promise you that. We can look at the research. It's not gonna happen. Now, I would say this, right? When it comes to bodybuilding, very specific, right? Bodybuilding is a sport on its own. So they do have a specific goals that they're trying to attain. However, if we're talking about health and overall wellness, strength training is one of the key aspects to really help you sustain what you're trying to do long term, right? And I think Boomi will speak more on how the tools that she's been using to help her improve and fast track that progress. So and make sure you stay tuned for that one. One of the biggest benefits of strength training is your joint health and your bone health. There's a lot of research out there when it comes to strength training and how it affects your bones to stay strong regardless of your age. We always start somewhere, like just like Boomy. We didn't just jump into lifting heavy. We always start somewhere small, right? We always start somewhere small and we build up into it. So strength training is not just lifting weights, it's also how you approach it, going back to the mindset. Always look into like, okay, how am I seeing things when it comes to my nutrition? And now how am I seeing things when it comes to my strength training? Okay. Really, really awesome stuff with strength training. I love doing strength training myself, and Bowie knows this a lot. All right. All right. So this is another one: endurance, sustainable results. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't like to run. I'll be honest about this. I don't like to run. When I was in the military, I was forced to run. I didn't have a choice. So, however, when it comes to sustainable results and really understanding the long game of health, endurance is one of those key components to make sure not just you're feeling good when you're performing. If we go into a deeper dive in the science of endurance training, or the powerhouse, right? The mitochondria, our cell, who's in charge of providing energy in our daily lives. Endurance training done in the right way, right? Keyword, it has to be done properly. You can improve your mitochondrial function overall, which the result of that is going to make you feel healthier, make you feel stronger, and overall longevity when it comes to health and wellness. The biggest one in rest and recovery, I would say this. A lot of times, people who ended up enjoying running, they forget this part. Rest and recovery is always part of the training. And I always tell Boomy, check on her, Boomy, did you sleep? How was your sleep last night? Because sometimes I can tell, like, you look tired. Because she's busy, right? She's a lot of work. So for me as the coach, like, if I know she's tired, now I need to adjust the training, right? I'm not gonna force her to do something that could potentially um, hurt her or injure her just because she's just doing her thing. Like it's not her fault by all means. Like, but now it's my responsibility as a coach to, okay, let me adjust the training today to make sure that we're still getting the work in, but at the same time making sure that she's not gonna get hurt. We're still getting the results. Rest and recovery will always be part of the training. So this is the hard one. To be honest, this is one of the biggest reasons why I'm able to help a lot of people is having hard and honest conversations. This is something that it's really uncomfortable to really dive into, right? Accountability starts within. This starts with you. And I'm honest with my clients about this one. Like, hey, look, all the stuff you do in the gym, it's not gonna work if you don't do the homework, right? The stuff that you need to do at home when you're not with me. So imagine 7 days out of the week, right? I see you twice a week or 3 times a week. That's 180 minutes. That's very small percentage of how many hours and days you're gonna be, working if you have a family, taking care of your kids, obviously your career, things like that. So 3 days a week may sound like not enough. However, it is a key part of your success when we talk about health and wellness, especially with longevity. Honest conversation is a step they can take. If you have a partner, having that conversation makes a lot of difference. Meaning like, hey, are you going to be on board in this process? Because I want to step into like really having a healthier lifestyle. I want to live to get to see, my grandkids play with my grandkids or do more fun stuff once we hit a certain age rather than just staying at home and doing nothing. So these are the things that can be uncomfortable, but the results of these honest conversations could lead you to a sustainable and really enjoyable results along the way, in a sense that you're not forcing yourself to do something, rather you're embracing these changes that you're going to improve your lifestyle because you want to get to in a position that you feel healthier, and you're doing more fun stuff outdoor, not just in the gym, right? Not just in the gym, but things that you want to do beyond beyond the training environment. And that's very, very important. As you can see here on the slide, on the number three bullet point, embracing the discomfort, right? Growth happens when you step out of your comfort zone. And this is the conversations that I have a lot with my clients. And I'll be honest, sometimes there's a lot of disagreements. And disagreements doesn't mean that, we're gonna dislike each other. However, it is an opportunity for us to understand where you're coming from. And for me as your coach, as a professional, how can I help you navigate those tough conversations if you have those conversations? And I hope you do, whether you yourself or your partner, or you might have beliefs that just really allow you to stay where you're at right now and not seeing progress. Those are the conversations I have with clients, and I feel strongly about this part of the presentation. And this is where really growth happens, success and longevity happens if you're willing to take a step in embracing discomfort and having those hard and honest conversations. Okay, and then I think this is the last one. Another important part of the slide. Why and who do you it for? Very important. Connect to your purpose. Connect to your purpose. All the stuff that I talked about, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna do anything if you're just blindly doing things just because you see it, you heard it from your friend, and then you don't really understand why you're doing it for, or why are you doing it, or who you're doing it for. For me, I do it for my family, right? I have three boys. They're gonna be grown someday. Hopefully, they don't, kick my butt. But that's why I'm here. I'm staying strong, and when that happens, we can have fun, right? And having that mentality of like, okay, why am I doing this? Like, is it even worth it for me to really address this nutrition, strength training, all these things that I want to do to improve my lifestyle? If you don't have that answer, it will be very difficult to sustain the consistency that you want to drive yourself to get where you need to be. So connecting to your purpose, regardless of what it is, your version is your version. It doesn't have to be anything great or unique as long as you understand why you're doing it, and hopefully you're doing it for someone else and not just for yourself. This is for ourselves, to be honest. But the more you do it for like, you know what, I'm doing this because I want to grow older with my partner. I want to do this for my grandkids, or I want to do these things when I'm older and travel more and see the world. The more you have that vision, the more you're able to change or improve your mindset along the way. So keep that in mind, that your vision, your focus will make sustainability and consistency make much, much better. And then lastly, and this is my mission to everyone. Um, as a human performance coach, I empower individuals to achieve sustainable growth by integrating physical and mental and emotional strategies. Through tailored solutions, clear communication, and holistic focus on recovery and resilience, I redefine success beyond physical metrics, fostering long-term health, the quality of life, and personal fulfillment. And thank you very much for your time, Bumita. I hope everyone learned something. And again, if you have any questions, if you want this to be a PDF version and a reminder to print it out, please leave your email. We would love to send this reminder to you guys, and hopefully you can have it where you can see it. Every morning you wake up like, oh, that's right. We talked about this last week. What is my why? Why do I need to go outside and take a walk? If you want this information, please leave your email. Would love to share this information with you guys. Boomy, thank you very much. All yours.
Thank you, Rocky. Really appreciate. That's a great information. And even me working with you, I still learn, some things here and there from there. And Rocky is a great trainer, a great coach. For someone like me, I remember when I first started, and he put me through this the first session, and he said, "Well, that is just to see how far you can go." I'm like, what is this guy trying to do to me? Is he trying to kill me or what? I mean, I remember I was angry, walking out of that place. And then I sat down in the car and I was like, okay, Bumi, what is the reason? Why did you, want to do this? And do you think he really wants to hurt you? I think he wants to help you. And that was when my mindset changed. And then the next time I was there, I told him that I was ready for him. And I'll show you why, one of the reasons I said I was ready for him. So give me a minute and I'll share my screen
Yeah.
with you.
There's some questions in the chat. Hopefully we have time. I'll love to answer those questions.
Yes, I'm just going to brief,
Mhm.
brief, breeze through this and then we'll answer those questions. So when we talk about, enhancing your performance, yes, we go to the gym. Sometimes, I tell people this, that, sometimes we get to be spoiled. We have things handed over to us. So we have all these gadgets and things like that. We don't want to move anymore. We want everything there, sit there, even if we can exercise, sitting there, not doing anything, we will take it. But that's the reason why a lot of uh, health is getting worse, because we're not moving that body. And there are tools that are actually helping us to enhance that performance, to help move that body. And the company that is doing that, which I'm so much grateful that I happen to be introduced to, is LifeWave. It's a 20-year company that's been around for a long time, helping people to live long, live well, with health and wellness solutions that is designed to redefine the human potential. And the person that is the inventor of this technology we're going to talk about is David Schmidt. And he's done about 26 years of research in product and development on this LifeWave technology. He's done so many studies, 70 independent studies in world-class universities and research institutions. He has over 150 patents, and majority of them are in regenerative science and technology. And that's really where health is going now. Healthcare is going towards regenerative science. And we are actually with the best company right now that has seen that vision, and we are implementing it in our lives. Now we're talking about a simple patch. You can see it on me. I have it on here. This simple patch is just like a coin. And how can this patch really help boost our performances? All it does is because human beings emit infrared light. We emit heat. If you touch your skin, you can feel that warmth. And what happens is this technology, will stimulate the skin with that low levels of light from our body and resulting in improved energy flow. And what you do is you place that patch on the skin, the body heat, the infrared light reacts with that patch, sends signals, trap that from that patch, send it by the way of wavelength back into the body, send to the brain, and have that uh, uh, reaction, that peptide, to stimulate, make more of that peptide that is dominant once we start turning 35. And that starts to make our body do what it was naturally made to do. And it's so simple. All you have to do is place that patch on the skin, let it react, trap that wavelength, and go back on the body to the brain and let it do its work. There is no drug, no chemicals, no stimulants. I actually read through the research and the science, and it made sense to me. But the fact that there's no stimulant at all, no chemical and no drugs, was one of the things, that made me say, okay, I'm willing to try this. What is in this patch? Nanoatoms of amino acid, oxygen, electrolyte, water, and natural glucose. That's it. And all that stays in the patch. It does not leave the patch. It does not get in the body. It's not a transdermal patch like your Bengay and all those things. It's not. Those things stay in the patch. You put it on for 12 hours. If you are going for your performance or exercise or walk, you put it on in the morning. At the 12 hours after, you take the patch off. And then in the evening for recovery, you put another patch on. In the morning, you take it off. That's all. And you drink a lot of water, just like Rocky said, you need a lot of water for your cells to work better. So we have two flagship products, the X39 and 49, which are the cornerstone of our longevity, our vitality, and our well-being. And what do? The X39 elevates a peptide called GHK copper that is responsible for elevating our master cells, that is responsible for what make us who we are. And this is found throughout the body. David Smith had done 10 years of research and over 70 patents on this product. And it improves your energy flow, exercise performance. It supports your overall health and well-being. And then we have the X49, which elevates a copper peptide, the alanine copper peptide in the body, and that is found in the muscle, the heart, the brain, and the skin. It promotes performance, strengthens your performance, and also boosts your stamina. It reduces your recovery time for after you exercise, and it also helps improve your body composition, helps build up lean muscle mass, and remove and lose body fat. This is remarkable, especially when you use the two together. You will see your performance improve. You will just realize that if you're someone who doesn't really exercise at all or doesn't move the body, you realize that all of a sudden you want to go on a walk. You want to do things. That is what it does for you. It improves your mental clarity. Your skin, gets better, tightening up. I mean, it's just remarkable how this works. And there are other family of patches that we have that will also help boost your exercise, your performance. And one of them is the energy enhancer. The energy enhancer stimulates the production at the cellular level so that you rely on that natural reusable energy instead of using all that substitute, all that energy drink that people drink, that you drink, it gives you that boost, and then the next thing you know is you are down in the dumps again. But this gives you that sustained energy from the cellular level Inside Out. It's the very first product that David Schmidt made, and the athletes found this and took it all over the world. The first team that used this were the Stanford team. If you remember Michael Phelps, their team were the first to actually use this product, and they swept the medals in 2004. It increases sustainability, endurance, and energy. It works with your mitochondria in the cells, increases the ATP in the energy cells, and giving you that boost that it needs. So you're going for exercise, going for a walk, you use this product and you realize that your performance goes from like maybe 5, and all of a sudden you see yourself in 8, 9, or 10. It's amazing. And it also reduces body fat. Another product is carnosine. Carnosine also is found in the body. It enhances your athletic performance by enhancing your strength, flexibility, and stamina. It supports building muscle mass and tissue repairing. It protects the neurological system, the organ function it supports, and it's found in the brain, the heart, and the muscle. It also improves cognitive function, prevents mental decline, and visual degeneration. It's a remarkable product. These are products that I have used depending on what kind of performance exercise I'm going to do at the gym. I will use them. And then we have Eon and Ice Wave, which are good for your recovery. We all have inflammation, this fire in us, and we need to calm them down. And the body heals better when we are at rest. So Eon, which is clinically proven to reduce stress, it reduces inflammation, all that fire in the body. It supports the nervous system and other health issues in the body. And also Ice Wave is designed to provide relief where the source of ache and agony and discomfort is. And you can actually see the improvement within 10 minutes. And of putting that on, it also helps remove all the blockages to allow the energy flow in the body. So this combination you can use at night, for recovery, so that in the morning you're ready to go. Again, I wanted to show you this because athletes found this and they are using them. I just found out recently that Mike, this boxer, this competition that he did last time, he was using the patches. You have athletes, the swim team, you have Serena Williams, this is David Beckham, Ray Allen. They all use this all over the world. If you're a cyclist, if you're a runner, if you're a jogger, if you go on a walk, this can help you. And we have fitness trainers. They use this. Even Rocky used them sometimes. I use them. I remember telling Rocky when I started going, I'm like, I'm ready for you today. And he will smile. And then he was telling me, one day he told me, you are one of the very few clients that I had, that has actually improved this drastically in such a short period of time, because this has helped enhance my performance. And now, I've got to a point where I am always excited going to the gym, always excited going to lift weight. Lifting weight, I used to watch women lifting weight, that what in the world are they doing? I didn't understand that lifting weight is not just you're trying to be muscular, like that. No, because it's building up your strength, and conditioning you and improving you from, the inside out. So we have, this is a bodybuilder who's a trainer also. He uses them. This is actually Taz, one of Taz's client here. He uses it, and he talks about what he uses. And we also have, this is Bob. Bob was someone who had problem, never had health issue, 74 years old, had a problem with not able to walk, now using the patches, lost body fat, gained muscle, avoided knee surgeries. Now they're traveling all over the world, enjoying themselves. We have Peggy, 80 years old, in the gym. Not only will you get better, your bones get stronger. I did my bone density test in November, and I was told that my result was much, much better than people in my age. And this is happening, folks. And you can actually help yourself get better. So I'm going to stop here for a minute and let us answer some questions. And then we talk about the 90-day challenge. So if anybody has any questions, let us
I think we have
address.
questions in the chat. I know that, let me go back and see. Um, what would you suggest to those who are on a plant-based diet, Rocky?
Yeah, so the plant-based diet really works well, to be honest. Even if you look at the research, they have strong evidence that either plant-based or your normal diet works well with building muscle, helping you lose fat, getting rid of excess body weight that you might not need. However, I would, with an honest answer with this one, I would say you need to be mindful of making sure you're completing your amino acids when we talk about protein intake. So that's one of the biggest, I shouldn't say setback, but one of the biggest challenge for vegan um, consumers is that sometimes they forget to mix and match the ingredients that they need to have to make sure they're consuming the complete amino acids when we talk about building muscle. Other than that, it works well just like any other diets that you might see out there.
Fantastic, thank you. And John has a question. Do you have a LifeWave patch protocol that may influence muscle mass?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think Boomy has got this one.
yes. The we can talk about it, later, because we have to ask you a few questions about what your goals are and things like that. But we have, carnosine is a good one. The X39 and 49 is perfect. When you use the X39 and 49, and Ta, you can chime in on this. The X39 and 49 is your main, patch that will help build that muscle mass. And when you add either the energy enhancer or carnosine, depending on what you're working out, it adds, it also adds to that and help build that up, for you. Like Rocky was saying, with me, we are on plant-based diet, and it is tough to get as much protein that I need. I need 1 gram of protein per pound of my body weight. And it is tough. And now I have gotten so much more mindful, when doing that, that I started now seeing that muscle building up. And now it's encouraging me more, because at first I was like, oh, but how can I consume this much protein? But when I now started, I'm beginning to see that grow. So, so, so we can talk more about that, John. And let's go to the next question. I think there's a
So,
question.
yeah, so what is the first step towards strength training? So if somebody has not done any strength training,
Right. So strength training, you can never go wrong. Like I mentioned in the chat, is your body weight. Some people call it calisthenics, right? Your body weight is one of the greatest tools that we have when it comes to improving our overall lifestyle. You can also find simple things, maybe light dumbbell. But I would encourage everyone, if you haven't done anything relative to strength training or any type of resistance training, you can never go wrong with your body weight and start there. And having a guide is the key component there. Having a guide along the way to make sure you're actually progressing with your body weight training. So then hopefully you can transition from body weight to some resistance training and hopefully get you to the next level. So you can never go wrong. Start with your body weight and focus on consistency over intensity in the beginning.
And when you say body weight, are you talking
Mhm.
about those stretchy bands or?
No, not at all. Like this is just like straight, just you in your living room or maybe in your garage doing squats with zero equipment. You don't need any equipment, nothing like that. Push-ups. You can do dips at home. Anything that does not require you to go to the gym, anything that doesn't require any type of equipment. There's a lot of guys out there. However, if you need to be more specific, please let me know. Leave your email here or reach out to me, and I would love to help you started with your bodyweight training program.
Fantastic. And what about if somebody like Boomy hurt herself, right? She
Hmm.
had an incident. What if somebody has that, they hurt themselves and now they've been injured for a long time and
Right.
they'd like to start doing something?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a really, really beautiful question, Ta. When someone is coming from an injury, I would encourage them to make sure you do see a professional, whether a physical therapy first, right? Make sure you just check with your doctor. Once you get clear, like say, hey, you're cleared to perform, a post-rehab strength training or just regular strength training. Make sure you reach out to a professional. And the first thing that usually what I would do is have a movement assessment. So that's the key part that I do all the time with my clients is having a movement assessment, either virtual or in person. So at least we can understand how do you feel when we perform certain exercises. And the movement assessment is nothing strenuous. It's just for me to see like how do you feel, how do you move, and allows me to create a program specifically for you. So at least we're addressing the things that needs to be addressed as early as possible. So at least when we move forward, we get stronger, we're reducing the risk of injury as you get better.
Yeah, that sounds so fantastic.
Yes.
Here's another question. Is there a difference in how much we should hydrate in the winter versus the summer?
That's another great question here because like a lot of times during winter, we don't feel thirsty, we don't feel tired as much. However, the body consists around 60% of water, right? So even though we're not outside physically, we're not doing something strenuous, the body requires water to perform, even when you're in the office. So my rule of thumb here, if you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated. We don't want to just chug water too, right? It's also very dangerous if we just keep chugging water. We don't want to flush out the good system or the good nutrients that we have in the body. So every hour, if you're in the office, rule of thumb, if you drink a glass of water would always suffice, especially as long as you eat along the way. We can also get hydration from food. So if you drink a glass of water every hour, if you need it, right, it's great. Otherwise, pay attention to how your body feels. No one knows better, other than yourself, how your body responds to certain things. However, if you haven't drank water for like 3 hours, highly encourage like, hey, maybe I should, drink a glass or two since it's been 3 hours now.
That's great. That's really good to know. John has another question. He says one of his pals swears by the 5x5 muscle building strength, 5 steps, 5 sets per muscle. Another chap like putting in pyramids for muscle mass. Yet another guy likes only 3 sets per muscle and then another exercise. And yet another guy likes timing sets, and others love hammer presses more than barbells. How does one find clarity with all of this?
Right. So great example. So many information out there, like, okay, which one is which and which one is going to help me produce the best results? I did answer John here and honestly I told him like they work. They really do. Every option that he mentioned, they do work. However, for me, when I look at programming, I look at, how long is that going to be? And is there any progressive overload in that process? Because if you do 5x5, let's say you're doing 20 pounds, you do 5x5, but you've been doing 20 pounds for the next 8 weeks. So it's not going to change anything because you're doing the exact same weight for 8 weeks. You might feel good about it, it might feel easier, but you're not challenging the muscle, the bones, the intensity of workout. So to some extent, right, the program itself will dictate your progress. So that's where really it is important to have someone to look into that. Okay, you're doing 5 by 5, what does it look like for the next 4 weeks? What does it look like for the next 8 weeks? If there's no progressive overload, you're not going to see any progress regardless of which method you follow.
Mm, that's great. Great answer. Really great information. How about, is there a way to make workouts more sustainable? Basically, how to not give up in the mind if you don't see results right away.
Yeah, so another wonderful question here. A lot of times we all go through this process of like, well, I'm not seeing any progress. I'm just going to stop. So there's a couple things I would recommend. The presentation that we talked about earlier as far as the mindset and then your why and who do you do it for. I would always go back to that question, right? Where am I in my current situation and what it is, what I'm willing to do and who am I doing for? Is it for myself or am I doing it for someone that I love, my partner, my family, things like that? Because when this happens, when we're not seeing results, it's not happening and then we don't have those backstop, if I should call it, like where, okay, you know what? I may not be seeing results now. However, if I quit, I'm definitely not going to see results. So let me just keep, taking the charge, taking that another small step, taking another step, even it takes me a year of quote unquote not seeing progress. I would say if you're not seeing progress for 3 months, highly encourage you to like speak with someone and help you along the way, right? If you feel like giving up, and that's okay. We all go through the process, and that is okay. Our challenge and our goal is to make sure we when we get to that mindset, we take a pause, we acknowledge that feeling, and then you know what? Maybe I can just do a walk tomorrow and make sure I'm still doing something to get to my goal, even though it feels like it's not making any changes. But just don't quit. Whatever happens, don't quit, especially with strength training, with resistance training. It might take some time for your body to make those adaptations, right? The biggest thing is having a guide and a program that will challenge you along the way. And I would say make it more fun. Like I love making workouts fun from time to time, right? But making sure we stay on track of where you need to be. So have a reason why you're doing it. And when this happens, think about it. Like, okay, what is the purpose of me doing this? And hopefully that will kickstart that fire that you had, maybe 4 weeks ago or 2 months ago.
That's fabulous. Here's a question for you, Boomy. Did you say you needed 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight?
That is that is I'll let Rocky answer that.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a lot of information when it comes to like how much protein you're gonna consume out there. The reason why I always recommend, let's say I'll use myself an example. Right now, I weigh 190 pounds. If I want to lose 20 pounds, right, rule of thumb, if I want to be 170 pounds, then I want to consume 170 grams of protein. If I want to maintain my muscle mass, I want to consume 190 grams of protein. In that way, um, you're not trying to figure out all these numbers like, okay, like I don't know how much am I going to take? Like, it's just so confusing. I always use that rule of thumb because you can never go wrong with 1 gram per pound of body weight to either maintain, lose, or gain. So it's easy to remember. There's a lot of research out there, but that rule itself will stand on its own, regardless if you want to lose weight, maintain weight, or gain weight. It's just easier to remember. In that way, okay, I want to lose 15 pounds. I weigh 165 right now. Okay, I want to make sure I want to get to 150 pounds, and I will consume 150 grams of protein because that's where I want to be. If I want to gain for our guys who wants to increase muscle mass, if I weigh 185 pounds and I want to be 100 at 200 pounds of muscle mass, then I want to consume 200 grams of protein. That simplifies a lot of the information that you might see on the internet, because I will say it gets very confusing. But if you remember the rule, you can never go wrong. You can never go wrong following that 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight.
That's fabulous. So, Rocky, curious,
Mhm,
you were working out before the phototherapy patches.
mhm.
What did you notice when you changed and started using them?
The biggest one's recovery. For me, that's a big challenge that I have because, I'm always on my feet all throughout the day with clients. And then not only that, I also train myself, making sure I don't skip that part as a professional. Even if I only have 45 minutes or 30 minutes, I will do something, right? I will do something. So the recovery has been a challenging part for me in that process. So whenever I feel that, okay, I'm not feeling a lot of energy, I definitely pull out the X39, right? Make sure you use that. All right, so yesterday was a long day. I'm feeling a bit tired today. Let me use this to make sure that I have enough energy all throughout the day. So when I work with my clients, I'm present. I'm here. I'm here to serve you, and I'm not gonna be lazy about it because that's just not gonna happen if I'm working with someone. A big standard of mine, like if I'm with you regardless of how I feel. But the X39 definitely gives you that a little bit of boost, especially in the afternoon.
That's fantastic. Well, it's good to hear. Well, Boomy, back to you.
Okay, so thank you so much for that, those answering those questions and I mean asking those questions. So let me quickly go here and show.
Boomy went, sorry, Boomy. There's another question. Let me just answer that real
Okay.
quick. Do you mind?
No, no problem at all.
Yeah, so I want to make sure to answer everyone. So, do you have stories from your Army combat training days that encourage us to keep going? Uh, I'm not gonna go on a tangent, but give me like 10 seconds here to kind of pull up some of um stories that I have. Yeah, so in the military, especially in my field, I was an infantryman. Sometimes we would do this thing called unknown distance, meaning you're just gonna walk who knows how long or how far, right? So whenever we do that, one of the things that I do for myself is like I remember to just take that step forward. I look at my feet, right? Even though I'm hurting, my back hurts, my feet hurts, my feet could be bleeding, and it has happened. I just look at my feet and like, okay, if I take the next step forward, if I look at that water tower and get there, I'm gonna finish, no matter what. As long as I'm not gonna quit, I'm not gonna stop. I see my feet taking that step forward, either a big step or a small step. As long my feet are moving, I know I'm gonna finish and I'm gonna make it. So that's a great reminder for me that taking the small steps will get you there faster versus stopping or quitting everything else because we're not seeing that results right away. So hopefully that helps.
Yes, actually, yes, that was great. Great question and great answer. That's something I'll take with me too. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let me share my screen and then we'll talk about the 90 because I think we're at 12 o'clock now and I okay, so the 90-day challenge, we call it Total Body Wellness Challenge. For whoever would like to participate in that, please put your email address on the in the chat, and then we'll send you information and the guidance. And basically, what that we're trying to do is encourage each other, ourselves. We all have a different goals that we're trying to reach, and having a group or someone to actually talk with and do this with makes it a lot easier and to meet our goals. And these are the breakdown here. We have the foundation, the strength and stamina, and also optimizing and elevate. And this will send you this information. If there's anything that I need to tweak around it, I will check with you, Rocky, and then you can you can let me know. This is really for someone who's kind of like a beginner.
Yeah.
So someone like me, you know, I'm not starting from the foundation because I'm actually on the third phase.
You're
So,
too strong now, Boomy.
so, so, but this is, but this is something that is adjustable. So if you would like to join us, it will be great. It will be fun. We'll meet we'll do check-in every week. We'll talk about our progress, our goal. If we need to adjust that, we'll do that. We'll be accountable for each other. And then at every gain after 30 days, someone will win something. Whoever achieve that goal the most will win something. At 60 days, someone will win something. 90 days, someone will win something. So we want to make it fun and we want to make it something that is achievable, for us. So the other thing is we are offering a complimentary, 15-minute session, with Rocky or with me. If you would like that, please put your email, in the chat, and so we can talk about, what are you trying to achieve? What is your goal? Let's have a chat about it. And so that's about it with regards to this. Now let me go there. Our next session next month, and I'm sorry, Rocky, we didn't have time to talk about this.
Very good.
And let me go here. Let me pull it up. Our next session is gonna be natural facelift. And you can, even if you exercise, that you can still get that. So our next session is natural facelift, and I'll show, let's go there. This is, before I go there, this is our information. You can take a screenshot, and you can always reach us if you need Rocky's information and you don't have it. Feel free to reach out to me. I'll be glad to, to connect you with Rocky. And the 90-day free challenge, we're taking that step. And then the next month will be the same: optimize your body system, health changes without drugs, natural facelift. And you'll be amazed on how you can change and tighten your skin, change your look, and things like that. Get healthy from inside out, and your skin looking vivacious and vibrant. And if you have any questions, let us know. Thank you very much. Rocky, do you have anything to add?
Oh no, thank you very much. I think that was wonderful. Thank you for the beautiful questions. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you get something today that you can take away.
And I thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your time. I hope it was a time well spent. Thank you, Ta. Always a pleasure to be my mentor and to be my guide, and always a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you next time.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
everyone.
much. Thank you, Rocky. Thank you, Boomy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's save this. And let me remember